I want to
Let's
air my grievances about Steve using my pictures on Facebook.
This is our, what is this? Fifth? I forget. This is our February podcast. That's what I'm going to call it because I lost track of numbers, or I don't know. Maybe it is fifth, and I'm just not thinking right. Let's see. October, November, December, January, February. Yeah. So this is our fifth podcast that we're doing, and I'm actually kind of proud of myself because that means that we're keeping this going. You know, this isn't just dying away after one or two. So I'm really excited about that. So for anybody listening, thank you for joining us and letting us talk to you about Transformers. I'm James, and with me right now, I have Jeff. Jeff, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Next, we have Robert. Robert, you there?
Yep, how's it going, guys?
And also, we have Steve.
Yep, I guess.
Steve Martinez. So yeah, thanks for joining me. I know sometimes this, takes away from family time and stuff, so I appreciate it. And we did have a topic list that I don't actually have up right now. Let me see. That's easily fixed. But the first thing, as always, I want this to be about the meetup. But there's a lot to talk about right now, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Way too much.
Yeah. But we'll go ahead and start off with the meetup. Now, as I said in that topic list that I sent out, I really didn't feel like there was a lot that really caught my eye. I looked around and I'm like, okay, well, I've seen all this stuff before. Even I took a Hexatron, which has been out for a while, so everybody's seen that. But I took him because he was the new one and he had the packaging. But I guess most people don't care about packaging. I just happen to freak out over that. I did write a couple things down that I thought was somewhat interesting, and of course, you guys can always chime in about anything you saw. But Robert, you had all those lockdowns, right? What?
Yeah, I actually got bored about a month or two ago, and I had the original lockdown from the, I think it was, what is it, Revenge of the Fallen series. So I went ahead and looked it up, and I said, I wonder how many molds there are of Lockdown. And sure enough, there's only a total of 3. One of them is Axor, which apparently is strange, but the little guy is going for anywhere from $100 to $129.
Wow, was that a club exclusive?
No, it was a figure that was one of the AKA, also known as the last of the line figures for the Reveal the Shield series.
Wow!
And it was one of those figures that was real short lived, and no one got a hold of them. And I actually happened to find them on eBay for, I think it was shipping $35. So I picked him up, and then I found another seller selling the Transformers Club exclusive for $25. So I was like, oh, there we go, completed the set.
Cool. Now that was that's the multicolored one, right?
Yes, the AKA from Mexico version. Nice.
Cool.
Hideous.
So what other versions of that mold? I saw the there was a movie colored from Revenge of the Fallen, a movie colored version.
Okay, so yeah, there's the gray one. Sorry, it's kind of a black brownish color. That's the one from Revenge of the Fallen. That's Lockdown. Axor is a silver one, and then the Collectors Club exclusive was the bright orange color.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So, Robert, was there anything else you want to say about your lockdowns? I was impressed with all 4 of them sitting there. For a while there, I was saying to myself, I'm a mold collector. Once I have one of a mold, I'm done. And the more I got into collecting, the more I realized, no, I want all these, as many as I can get.
I'm getting an echo.
I usually will do the smaller ones, like, for example, the infamous jet mold from, Generations, everything in line, classic line. I call it the Starscream mold. What is there, 20, 25 now, 30? not including the KO versions. That's way too many for me. So if it's a small, small mold where it's like no more than 5 or 6, I'll try to collect all 6. But if it's reaching in the double digits, easy pass for me. I'll get that one figure that I like, and that's it.
Yeah. Well, cool. All right. Yeah, I liked them. They're pretty neat. I don't have that mold, and the more I hear about it, the more I want it, because it has the articulated neck, correct?
Correct. Yeah, and it goes up and down and side to side. Actually, believe it or not,
Yeah.
He actually extends as tall as an MP figure. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, if you stretch his legs all the way out, they stretch up almost pretty much past. I would actually say I'm gonna have to look at it again. I think it's almost up to Optimus's windshields actually.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, it's a weird figure. It's kind of surprising what little hidden tricks it has on it.
Well, cool. The next thing I had on there, we'll breeze through these real quick, and you guys can comment on them. And once we're done, if there's anything else you guys wanted to talk about at the meetup, the Grimlock Mouse and Pretender. If I'm not mistaken, sir, Jeff, that was yours, right?
Those were mine.
Yeah.
I decided I'd bring in a couple of Grimlocks that not a lot of people probably have. The mouse, actually a working optical mouse. You can plug it in with USB and use it. It turns into more of a raptor-ish dinosaur than Grimlock really should be, but it's still pretty cool. And then I brought in the Pretender mold Grimlock as well, which I think I'm asking Dave to paint. I'm going to try to find a good source image of how all the colors should be and see if I can get him to paint it to look like straight out of the comics or something like that. So.
Yeah, he was a Pretender in the comics, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently, I never read them.
I didn't either. The cartoon, he obviously wasn't. He was never in those cartoons in the Pretenders, which is a shame. That would have been really cool to suddenly have Grimlock show up, like a G1 Grimlock as a human being show up in those. Can you imagine what a Grimlock as a human being would be like?
Oh, no. Kind of like Schwarzenegger and some of his earlier films.
Yeah.
The Conan film.
Well, he'd be dubbed, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Everything he says would be a Robert Stack's voice or something like that. Yeah, that's so you're gonna have Dave paint up the robot or
probably both, but definitely I want the Pretender shell to look a bit better. The paint's really old on it. Mm-hmm. I don't care about the value going up or down for modifying it. I just want it to look straight out of the comic with a lot more color on it.
That's cool. Yeah, that's what I figured with. Oh crap, Steve! What's his name? I already forgot.
On your bomb blast or whatever.
Yeah, bomb burst.
Bomb burst. Yeah.
Something like I forget his name right now. Yeah, that's what I thought when I was like, well, I wonder if anybody wants to paint this guy. It's not that I wanted it for myself. I just want to see what he would look like if somebody had a chance to paint him up and make him look good. Make that Pretender shell look good. And
yeah, there's actually a lot of detail in it, and it comes out in hand. I got to get it over to you guys so you can take a look at it all. It's pretty slick.
Cool. Yeah, take a picture, man. Just slap it up there real quick so we can all see it sometime in the group. But, all right. Well, cool. The next thing I was thinking about is the Black Knight movie Dinobots. They're really cool. I'm not going to spend the money on them. I already have my G1 dinos, just like what Jeff, you have those too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So as cool as they are, I don't really need those Black Knight dinos. But does anybody have any thoughts on those?
They're awesome, but not as good as the G1 redecos.
Beautiful, but a little too pricey.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The cost is not worth the plastic, but I do like the fact that they look very much walk off the screen movie like, where none of the other versions did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. They because they still have color in them too. That's the nice thing. It's not just black. The closer I looked at them, the more I realized this is basically as if Dave had gone in there, bought a retail one, and then just blackwashed it. They looked beautiful. I like those, but yeah, I'm not going to be spending the money on that. So those are cool toys, but that's a lot of money. And even, in fact, even with those G1 Dinobots, for me, buying them was more about the playset that it came with. The Dinobots are really cool, and I'm totally willing to spend money on that. But that playset that they came with was even better.
That playset is too cool, but being the fact that it's cardboard scares the heck out of me.
Dude, the glue on mine is not holding up. It's coming apart.
Really?
Yeah.
I never.
Yeah, but it's easily fixed though.
It's not the point.
It's
I have an old friend who collects still to this day Star Wars figures, and his collecting went a little bit out of hand. But needless to say, long story short, he found an exclusive UK exclusive Death Star diorama from the UK. Paid, I think, like maybe $500 for this thing. Turns out it was 100% complete cardboard. And keep this in mind, this is from the 70s. I'm like, dude, don't even bother even breathing on it.
Yeah.
Cardboard just, I mean, with age and with glue, of course, it's going to eventually come apart. And that's the shame of that box set that the Dinobots came with. It looks beautiful, but if you put it together, it's eventually going to fall apart.
Yeah, it's stable, but you're right. The glue's kind of iffy on it. I already had, when I was messing around with it, because I got it from a friend when I went to go visit her in California, and the Velcro tabs were already coming unglued from it. But yeah, it's a beautiful play set. It's a beautiful set to fold out. But yeah, you got to be careful with it because it's still just paper. It's not even cardboard. Cardboard, in my opinion, is being nice to it. It's very thick paper.
Yeah.
But it's still... I think I also like the fact that... way off topic, sorry guys. I like the fact also that the guy that made it also made the pop-up book that I have. So.
Yeah, it's also not quite strong enough to have the bots on it like they show you. Mine ripped it in a couple of places.
Really? I got mine out, played with it. It's been in storage since I moved, so I'll get it out eventually. But yeah, I'm going to be very careful with it.
Yeah, mine's back in the box.
All right. Anybody else got anything on those night dinos? Okay, that's a no. Okay, so the January meetup, I tried to get a bunch of people, and I think a few of us tried to get a bunch of people to bring Ultra Magnuses. Well, this time it was Soundwave, and yeah, there's a decent amount of Soundwaves there. Someone even brought the movie Soundwave, the what is it? His satellite mode, which I kind of wanted that figure, but it just looks messy to me. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I passed on that thing at Walmart so many times.
And just, you know what? If I was to buy it, though, I would, like, hang it from the ceiling in satellite mode, because bot mode looks goofy. So, unless anybody has anything to say anything about the Soundwave toys, I'm going to go down the list of you guys and ask, what is your favorite version of Soundwave? Be it toy, be it cartoon, be it comic. Robert, you go first.
Well, believe it or not, I love my G1 Soundwave, don't get me wrong, but I'm actually a fiend of Sound Blaster.
That's true. Why? Because he's black? Everybody likes it if he's black.
Exactly. Well, also, too, being the fact that as a kid, I couldn't acquire it, being the fact that, first off, internet didn't exist back then, and then found out it was a Japan-only exclusive. So I had always desired that figure, but it's Soundwave in black. Need we say more?
All right, Jeff, your turn.
G1 Soundwave is one of the Transformers I actually had it as a kid, and I really, really love that mold. I mean, that's just such a classic Soundwave to me. But I actually was very impressed with the choice of the recent. It's not animated. It's the Transformers Prime, making Soundwave into a
drone,
Predator drone.
Yeah,
it's it's such an intelligent choice for a spy.
Mhm.
You know, he's an intelligence uh, collector. He spies, and that is just such a perfect choice to bring him into the current times. I mean, it could be an iPod or some stupid MP3 player. I mean, that doesn't work for me anymore. For spying, I think that really just it is such a powerful uh, uh, alt mode to me.
Well,
Just
not only that, but that his toy was great. I love that figure. That deluxe size Soundwave is really
yes.
cool.
I mean, yeah, the arms are kind of goofy the way they are, and the way that the alt mode is supposed to be with the arms folded up or the wings folded up, not completely extended, looks wrong to me, but you can extend them all the way out and then it looks a lot more right to me. But it's just such a smart idea. It's such a perfect fit for Soundwave.
If I can intervene for a minute, have y'all seen the prices on that figure lately?
No.
They have skyrocketed.
Well, I'm glad I have two of them. One packaged, one not packaged.
Yeah, I actually saw in another forum someone asking if they had one for a semi-decent price, and I happened to hit eBay. Those things, I mean, $50-$60 for open.
That's weird.
Yeah, and those things were available everywhere.
Yeah, they were peg warmers, weren't they?
For a little bit, yeah. Well, all the Prime figures were for a little bit.
That's true.
As far as like the Prime reimaginings, that's one of my favorites, hands down. Like the idea behind choosing that alt mode is brilliant to me.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way because I agree completely. Let's see. Prime Soundwave. Let's see what he's going for. In the meantime, Steve, your turn.
Favorite Soundwave?
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for the Masterpiece Soundwave.
Yeah, somebody had to say that.
I mean, it was my first Masterpiece. It was the craziest hunt for me of any of the pieces that I own, where I literally lucked out. It was on, I think I probably told you guys all the story, but it was a Saturday morning of all times, and I was out doing honeydew stuff, and it was maybe the third week that they were sort of coming in and people were swiping them up. It was at 11 o'clock. I happened to be in the area, and I thought, you know what, let me just, I figure by then people have already come in and cleaned it out. And walked in, asked the guy at the counter, and they were like, yeah, here you go. Wow. And it was the last one for that morning. And I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, I wasn't even, I'd stopped hunting it. And everybody was mashing refresh on the Toys R Us website. I had missed out on it when I was in Houston. And I was just like, okay, this is going to be something I'm going to have to get some other time. But yeah, that nailed it home. And then, I mean, it's just a great piece. I mean, it's just so inclusive of everything that you would want from. But yeah, it's got to be that one.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Have you guys seen, in regards to the Prime version, have you guys seen the stuff that they've done on Shapeways for the tentacles and everything, the communication tentacles?
No.
Yeah. It's when I was going really heavy on all the repro label stuff, I was looking at all the different add-on options for Prime, because Prime was the series that brought me back into TF collecting. So yeah, for that particular one, I like him. I like this character. I don't know, and obviously I like drones, but I really didn't care a whole lot for the bot mode. But I liked how they portrayed him in the show. And one of the things were like his tentacles, like he could basically reach out and touch anything and sort of log into it and all. And there's a guy that does, it's the same guy that does the arachnid, her tarantula arms and everything as well. But yeah, you should look for those. They're add-on parts.
I'm looking at them right now. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're pretty slick. So yeah, if Jeff, let me know if you're going to order any. Let me know, because I'll piggyback on some stuff out of there.
I always wanted the arms micron because he had that one tentacle guy, the snake, or the thing he turned into a scorpion actually. But hearing that there's something on Shapeways for that, I think I'd rather plunk down for Shapeways as opposed to one tentacle with another toy.
They also have the little, what are those little chomper guys in this series?
Oh, scraplets.
Yeah, the scraplets. You can also get scraplets in groups of, I think, 3. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff over there. But I just remember seeing those tentacles. And I was like, oh man, I really need to order these, but I haven't.
Well, cool. Josh, I made you go last because you came in late, so that's
That's fine. I deserve the punishment. Also, I don't really have a lot to say here. Besides, well, I'm not a huge Decepticon fan. A lot of my collection is Autobots and not Decepticons. I didn't attach to the Decepticons when I was a kid watching the show. But if I had to pick one Soundwave, it would be, well, of course, the original G1 animation, which translates to the Masterpiece Soundwave would be the best one for me. Although I mean, just a very insightful comment about how the Prime Soundwave definitely brought him into modern times as the same type of, same type of job. Mm-hmm.
What did y'all?
Is very, very good.
What did y'all think about the whole Prime thing of him not talking?
A little weird because I loved hearing his voice.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. It was just a huge setup for that one punchline when at the end of the episode where he's like, "Oh, it's always the quiet one."
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
What was it, like Autobots inferior, Soundwave superior?
Yeah,
yeah.
Right before he deleted himself, I loved it. When he spoke, I jumped online. I'm looking for people who are freaking out, and I'm like, I can't be the only one freaking out about this. This is so cool.
I freaked out.
Good. Wasn't the only one.
But I marathoned it on Netflix. I didn't watch it when it was on the air, so I freaked out all on my own.
I had it recorded on my DVR, so when I got home from work, I turned it on, sit in front of there with a bowl of ice cream, watching it because I knew something was going to happen just because of the whole setup because they captured him. I was like, this has got to be it. But all right. Well, anything else y'all want to say about Soundwave in general? What in the world?
Sorry, that's my go to bed soon alarm.
We
gotta have one of those or I'll stay up all night.
We got Tinkerbell in our midst.
I'm the only one I know who has to have like you need to go to bed soon alarm. So that gives me like an hour and a half.
Yeah. My up 24 does that. It buzzes on my wrist when it's letting me know I'm about an hour away that I should be thinking about racking out.
Yeah.
2 o'clock is my crash. I don't need someone to tell me that. That's when I look at the clock. Whoa, it's 2 o'clock. I gotta hit the hay.
I like to keep a good, constant schedule.
Yeah, I'm not good at that. Let's see. So moving on, Gold Megatron. Anybody want to talk about that? I went straight up to Paul and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna do something to you right now. We're gonna, yeah."
And it makes me want a GoldenEye, Golden Gun Megatron.
Yeah. As stupid as that is, I kind of want it.
Was it the real one or was it KO?
No, it was real. It was real.
Is there a KO already of it?
I thought there was. I could have sworn they run across them on Alley or something.
That's that recent anniversary issue or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I've never seen a KO of that MP Megatron.
I tried to find one because I broke one of my Megatrons and I had to buy a second MP Megatron so I could have one that wasn't broken.
You know, for all the hate that thing gets, people are still buying it. I have mine, and I'm not getting rid of it.
It sucks to transform. It breaks when you transform it, but it is beautiful.
I think it's beautiful because it's so ugly.
Yes, it does. Mine has rusted. It's the only transformer I have that has rusted.
Yeah.
And I need to figure out how to polish the feet.
Yeah, the feet. There's a couple of walkthroughs that I need to do that on mine.
Yeah, I like it. I like the mold, but I just, that's a lot of money for a goofy-looking Megatron. Because even though he's gold, his face is still gray.
Silver.
Yes.
And honestly, if his face was gold with the rest of his body, I could appreciate it a little bit more. But I just don't understand it. So
I'm still trying to figure out where they went with that. No one knows why Takara pulled that out of the blue. Everyone was kind of just dumbfounded. Like, you're teasing us with another Megatron that we don't want.
Yeah, when I saw that, I thought it was KO. I didn't think that would actually be a real one.
Yep.
On a side note, how many of y'all have a Polyon pre-ordered?
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I do too. Okay, moving on. You don't?
I don't even know what
the
it
Soul
looks
Dissenter.
like. I don't even know what it looks like yet. So nope.
So Josh, you don't, and Jeff, you don't.
No, I do not.
Okay. Yeah, I threw my hat in the ring and said, I'll risk it. I'll risk it. You know?
I've got the Toy World Hegemon,
Mhm.
and it looks pretty good.
But it's not masterpiece, quote unquote.
So just a point of that Apollyon, whatever his name is one of the vendors out there that has been known to produce not exactly great quality toys. So that's one of the reasons why I shied away from it, and I'm not really too sad about missing it.
Out of curiosity, can you give details on why this company's shoddy? I've never seen anything else from them. I can't think of anything else from them. What else did they do?
Well, they're X-Transbots, right?
Correct.
Yes.
X-Transbots is also KFC.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just to spell it out. So X-Transbots also has the that wheelie
Ollie.
that just came out that a lot of people aren't exactly happy with.
Which one?
The wheelie clone.
Oh God.
His name's Ollie.
And also the Huff. They did another Huff. I mean, I know a lot of people see the Cubex Huff, and they don't pay attention to the X-Transbots Huffer, but it's out there too, and it's kind of shaky.
I hate that figure.
Oh.
I have both the Cubex and the X-Transbots Huff, and I can bring them both next meetup, and you guys can compare.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't want to badmouth KFC too badly because Transistor. A lot of us on this call have Transistor, and Transistor's pretty darn great.
He's okay.
For being that large of a third party toy, he's pretty good. Stacks. Everybody had issue with Stacks, the way they handled that. They kind of made up for it by releasing better joints, but there's still some bad blood there.
See, for Stacks, with me, I bought the second run, and I had no issues at all. But that was the second run after they had fixed the issues that everybody else complained about. So I lucked out on that one. That's the exact same thing that's going to happen. I'm going to get Apollyon. It's going to be crap. And then you guys are going to come along and buy the second version of Apollyon. It's going to be, the second run of Stacks all over again.
That's one of those that I'll wait for it to come out, and if it's good, I'll buy it, but I'm not pre-ordering it.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they've learned from their mistakes, actually. They've had to. They popped out Transistor, and we really have not complained too much about Transistor at all.
No, give them props for it, dude. Transistor is freaking awesome.
I had some issues with mine, but I was able to take care. I just took him apart, threw some floor polish on his head and a couple other things, and I got him working fine. But
well, that's actually leads me to something I wanted to bring up. I'm actually interested in, I don't know, doing this all together or doing a series of videos, but just like bot maintenance and fix-ups. Using the floor polish to tighten up ball joints, using some of this rubber treatment to keep your masterpiece rubber wheels from cracking. It treats the wheels and seals them and keeps them going good. I've got other stuff like some special files to file things down. I've got some hobby knives to cut off things that need to be cut. I've got this special silicone shock gel or silicone shock fluid lubricant to lube things up as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd love to do here's how you make your bots better,
Hey, if you do that, and which would be awesome, if you do that, can I request that you do one on spudgers? Because nobody I've ever seen actually will use a spudger in any of their review videos, or I think I'm the only one that brings them along with me. But like a lot of these third parties, it's like there's like really tight resistance, and people start flexing plastic, and it gets all scary, or it breaks or whatever. But if you just use a spudger that you would use for repairing PCs and all that crap, like it's so much freaking easier. Because you get leverage in those little areas. Like, if I was just actually thinking that, but today when I was on the treadmill of all things, I was like, somebody really needs to get the word out. People just need to start using spudgers when they're transforming this stuff.
Josh actually gave me my first spudger. He's a big fan of them, and I gave actually.
That's what
I
that thing's called.
House. Yeah. What? Okay, you got to explain this to me. What is a spudger?
Those little plastic pry bars.
These little nylon things.
Yeah, with like So I got them. My first ones when I was I had to replace some iPhone screens and iPad screens for some family members. Yeah, there's little. They're like blue or they're green. The plastic, and at the tip, it's like a little. It's all plastic, but it's like a little pry bar, really. And it's like they get into the little nooks and crannies and let you leverage on things without torquing anything too bad.
Yeah, there's usually like a pencil sharpened point end and then a chisel end on the other side. The ones I have are black, and I got hooked onto them when I was when I worked for Apple. I actually like repaired the laptops and the computers in the back room of the first Apple store I worked at, and they're invaluable.
Yeah, that's exactly where I got exposed really to them was doing those repairs on Apple products for home. And I was just like, man, I started using them in my toy room. It's like people really should be using these and seeing them flex things. It's like, oh man, if you just had this little thing, you'd been good to go.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many bots have been saved by me using that instead of my big meat paws.
Yeah. There's a review, and I think Joel just posted it. Is on that on Astro Train. Was posted today, and the guy that's doing the review ends up using the weapon that comes with the Astro Train, a second piece that comes with the Astro, another like a missile off of another transformer, trying to pry out this wheel. And I'm watching this. That's why it came up. I was watching this on the treadmill in front of me, and I was just like, oh my god, get a damn spudger! It's so easy. So that's my request. Sorry, Jeff, I didn't mean to derail this.
Yeah, definitely.
Never heard of a spudger, but I know what you're talking about now, but I've never heard the term.
That's the first time I've heard it called a spudger. Like I've always referred to it as like really long name that I've been taught it was. It's a non-marring nylon probe tool.
I've known them as spudgers. I don't know where I picked that up from. Maybe I'm wrong.
Let's see.
Probe tool for short. Come on, guys. Probe tool.
Non-marring. What did you say? Non-marring what?
Non-marring nylon probe tool. But for short, just probe tool. And hey, that's fun to say.
Nylon
and leads you into strange conversation paths.
Well,
tough anti-static tool. Yeah. iFixit's got a good one. Oh, there's even a wiki, of course.
I call it a plastic knife.
Insulated stick. Flat screwdriver. Anyway.
I'm not as clever as you guys. All right. Oh, no. Did I lose? Oh, there it is. Good. I'm putting together crayons while we talk. And I have, oh, crud, Sandstorm. So, anyway. Next. Okay, so who was still there whenever Joel brought his Devi out? His KO?
No one.
No one, jerk.
You guys weren't there?
I was supposed to have brought mine, so he was probably waiting.
I was there.
Yeah, but okay, yeah,
James,
Josh, you were still there. Yeah, Josh, you were still there.
James, I saw you.
Yeah, okay. But so Jeff, you had already left?
I had already left, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Josh, remarks?
Man, I had to get out of there before I.
Are you going to make me say it, James? You're going to make me say it.
Well, say what? Say what?
I think the overwhelming response to that it was hollow.
Yeah, that's where the joke came from.
That's the word of the day, hollow.
I'm just throwing that out there. He kept throwing that back at me. He's like, "Well, James, you think it's hollow?" I was like, "Yeah, of course it's hollow."
I mean, they're oversized. Well, I don't think they're oversized. I think they're simplified. So, not bad for what it was, but I would have liked to have seen it before Joel painted it.
I'll bring mine
because that's how it came. So I mean, I don't have the painting skills Joel does. So if I want to get it, I kind of need to see it.
Yeah,
the other way.
I'll bring mine if I can make the next meetup. I'm waiting for this right arm to be resent to me, but I'm not going to do anything until it's all.
Steve, I got a question for you about it. The heads, are they all green or is there any paint on them?
Well, no, I think there's paint on him. He's got the gray face surrounded by the black, but the way the head is mounted, I don't terribly care for it. He threw on one of the Rage Kit heads, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He actually kit bashed two kits. It was the Rage, and then there was a head kit that came out with a little SD version. So yeah, I was watching. We were kind of going back and forth on what he was doing when he was piecing it together. And then I ordered mine, and I asked him, I was like, is it worth getting the Rage kits to do all of the upgrades? And he's like, well, there's work to be done, obviously. Yeah. Which I was just like, I can probably do without. We'll see. But yeah, it's terribly simplified, and that's what I've been warning people. It's like I like larger pieces because I like display stuff, more than not. And so, I'll put mine together and then he'll be done. But I don't know if I'm going to invest another, $90 into him by getting all these kits for him.
Well, how much was it originally? It was $90 originally.
No, I mean, I think it was 90 shipped. No, it wasn't even that. Officer Toys. I thought it was like
60,
50,
60 plus
bucks.
shipping. I think it was.
I've never
It was
ordered
like
from
10.
Sir
It was like
Toys.
$10 a bot plus shipping.
Yeah.
So here's the one thing I was thinking about, and I'm going to tie this into Toy Fair. We can go back to talk about the KO Devi if you want, but there are people out there that are ripping Hasbro for their new Devastator and how dumb it looks and how the arms, there's no elbows on them, et cetera, et cetera. That thing's going to be $150, and it looks amazing as Devastator.
I love it.
The KO was $60. Now, obviously, they're doing that to try and make money. That thing looks ugly and it's hollow. All the guys.
It doesn't compare. It doesn't compare.
It doesn't compare. It doesn't compare. But I'm saying, if everybody's saying that Hasbro didn't really make an effort and all the bots are ugly and et cetera, it frustrates me when I hear that, because you can't sit here and say that for $150 Hasbro didn't put some effort into making a Devastator when you got a KO company selling this one for $60 with all the individual bots have hollow everything. I'm throwing that word out there again because what surprised me was on Scavenger. Who's got the scoop arm? Is that Scavenger? Scrapper. Underneath that scoop arm, it was completely hollow. It was like one little tube coming up that scoop pops into, but all around that was completely hollow. It just upsets me when I see hating on the new Devastator and how crappy he is. That's how bad he is. When I think for the money that we will be spending on him, I think he looks great, and I'm thoroughly excited. I just don't understand how people can be so down on him when he's only $150.
I mean, there's some really cool things I'm liking. Like, yeah, Mixmaster's some weird new version of a cement mixer where the mixing drum is reversed from what you'd expect, and it transforms on the wrong end. But when you look at what they've done, like when he's transformed into combiner mode and it's foot mode, the back of Mixmaster folds down and becomes the foot, but it's got the faux windows on it as if it was the G1 toy. So it's a complete homage to the G1 look. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's even got it's got little windows on there. I think they might even be painted, and if not, there's going to be stickers from repo labels. And there's a lot of little touches like that it's just awesome. Yeah, I don't like that one of the arms has purple tracks. The other one has green tracks. It looks weird. That looks weird to me, but some paint could fix that.
Yeah.
And no one's also saying that. No one is saying Hasbro did not say this is the final product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just what they're showing off at Toy Fair. It's not even due out until fall. We have 6+ months of wait for that thing.
Yep.
And it's looking.
Can't wait.
It's looking great for $150. That's probably going to be my favorite Hasbro combiner ever, maybe.
I mean, and that's one thing I want to address. Is like people are hating on it because there's always some hate for the official line. The official line doesn't meet up to expectations of everybody who's collecting third party exclusively, or they're expecting Hasbro to meet third party.
It has to hold up to kid abuse.
Exactly.
Basically.
Bingo. It has to hold up. I mean, Hasbro is trying to sell to kids, not 30-year-old collectors. And that's just the end of. I mean, what I feel is the end of that story. That's where that ends. People are always going to hate on it because of that.
Yeah, we have for the adult line. I mean, we all know it. The parents know it. Everyone knows it. The only thing technically that we have here in the States is the Masterpiece line, and that's it. Or even the TRU stuff, the platinum stuff. That's aimed at the collectors and the adults. Other than that, everything else is aimed at a child. I know I go off thousands of times on the animated line and what is it, the new Rid line that's going on right now. But yes, is it a toy for kids? It's a toy for kids, plain and simple. So no matter what with Devastator, you cannot please all the fans. It's impossible to please everyone.
And I do want to jump back real quick to the KO. Did anybody else have anything else I want to say about that, or shall we just move on to individual picks from Toy Fair?
On a side note, don't buy that the Shadow Embassy Hexatron.
Oh, did you get yours in?
Yes.
Would you? Oh, that's right. Your neck doesn't move.
It doesn't move on any of them.
Wait, Steve, you got one of those KO Hexatrons, right?
Yeah.
And does
It's
his
hollow. Its hands and its head are very simplified.
really?
Yeah. And it was what I remember, $40. I don't remember.
How are his alt modes?
I haven't opened them yet.
Oh man.
I have so much stuff I haven't opened. It's not even funny. Yeah.
I still say we need to have a box opening party at Steve's house.
So speaking of ridiculous looking third parties, has anyone else been looking at that oversized Revenge of the Fallen Megatron?
Yeah, so that's been on my radar for about a year. I was
gonna say, yeah, that's been
a while.
That thing looks awesome.
I want to get it so bad.
Sir Toys had it. They also do a.
I can't find it right now.
They do an Optimus Prime from the game, giant one like that. I think Collector 70.
Josh has it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
The original game or the new one? Because I have
original.
Okay, I have that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
And then they also have the KO.
floppy.
Right. The KO wheeljack, the oversized. I love all that oversized KO stuff. It goes back to I like displaying. I just need to order it.
I've got to get that KO
And the Grimlock.
Megatron. It's looking so good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. One of the reviewers from the UK just posted a recent review of it. I'll have to send that over to you if I can find it.
I think I actually saw that review. But send it anyway.
My next Creon, in case you guys are interested, is Hot Rod.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've got another question about the meetups. I'm just gonna shoot out random questions here because I have no respect for the format, and
no, that's okay because the next thing,
What I do.
if you look at the topic list, the next thing after Joel's KO Devi is open discussion on meetups. So you're right on target.
One thing I've been trying to do is be more respectful and aware of the establishment and other people there. So I've been bringing like just 2 or 3 bots, not very many bots lately. I don't know if I'm like being overly sensitive to it. I don't want us to have another situation like we had at a previous venue, but who is that guy that comes in with the huge tub?
Adam?
Is
that his name?
Adam, yeah, Adam.
Adam.
Hey man, I know I'm a big guy, but you watch it.
Oh, he brings in so many bots.
My question was he selling them or just displaying them?
I think it was. I don't think he was displaying. I think he was playing with them with his son.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same guy that his wife made the cake last time.
Yeah. Yeah, he brought in one time he brought in multiple Fortress Maximuses. Like that guy, I just gotta say that guy is dedicated to the meetups. Oh my goodness. Like I don't want to carry that many. I also just don't want to carry that many bots to a meetup. Like he's got hero status for the meetups as far as I'm concerned.
I've got a 5-figure rule, and that's it. I bring 5 maximum unless someone absolutely requests a figure that I wasn't intentionally going to bring. But I like to watch my stuff. I love you guys. I trust you guys, but still, I mean, you have patrons going in there to eat.
Yes.
You know, that are not aware of the club and whatnot. And then also they bring their kids. And we were all kids once as well too. It takes one little look, you know, turn your back, and then bam, it's gone, and the kid has it in his hand. You know, so
Robert, I like to watch too. So you know those.
Yeah, I'm always worried about the kids. I like to always keep a number of how many I have very small.
Yeah,
the after Christmas hauls. The after Christmas hauls at the January meetup were kind of like a misnomer. I mean, it's good to keep them kind of small. I mean, but occasionally we'll have like a display of one thing that just is expensive, like I don't know, the Paul Garza's,
the Seekers,
all the Seekers,
cool.
everything that he's got, every different variation of the mold.
Oh my goodness. So Steve, I have to sorry, talk about another quick topic change here. So you've got a nice air spray, what is that
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
Yeah, you've got the paint
Yeah.
abilities.
You've got the touch. That's what he's
Have you
trying to say.
seen on Surtoys the oversized reflector?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you thought about buying that and painting it to look like a real camera?
I have one. I have one.
Is that
Joel
is that a
does as well.
G1?
Yeah, there's like a couple of, so none of those are painted. They're molded in the different colors. I think there's 3 versions of them, and they're based off of the different years that they came out or some crap like that. And that was one of my first KOs that I bought.
It's $17, dude.
Yeah, and it is horribly hollow. I mean, horribly. I mean, pieces are literally, they're held on by hope and bubblegum friction, and it's crazy. So when you actually put it together, I might get a second one. And what I'll do, you can look online. There's somebody did a fantastic paint job on them. I think what I'm going to do is I'll build one into the camera mode and basically just glue that thing down, because it cannot stay together. And then if you do the bots, you want to fill it. It's so hollow. There's a lot to fill. But yeah, it's on one of my to-dos. It's actually going to probably be after I do my KO oversized Insecticons. So, but yeah, I do have that. I do have it.
Wow. I asked a question and I got an answer.
Ask and you shall receive, sir.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Meetup talk anymore? Or shall we move on to...
I heard there was more new people.
Yes, there were new people, actually. There was, I think we had like 4 new members, actually.
Yeah, let's see. I know James brought somebody, and when James left for work, he stuck around for a little bit. And who else?
I think there was not. Well, wait a minute. I'm Mexican. I can't say it. There was 2 Hispanic males that showed up.
Yeah, that's when I got really suspicious and worried about my stuff disappearing. So no, I'm kidding.
Oh, whoa.
I'm from Corpus Christi. I can make fun.
There you I'm bringing it back.
I'm bringing racist back.
Oh.
It's a new Justin Bieber song.
I was actually gonna put a little 2 cents on the whole how many figures we do bring into the to the meetup. The one question, and I talked about this topic last time, I think 2 or 3 episodes ago, how when I post the pictures to other groups, and keep in mind these people are from anywhere around the world that are part of these forums and part of these groups, they freak out because of how many figures we got out there for exposure or to look at, whatever you want to call it. And the first question that comes out of everyone's mouth is, how does your stuff not get stolen?
Because we have
yes, and that's been brought up several times. But there is, I mean, like we're talking about, there are times when we do have new members, and we all kind of know each other now, but there is that paranoia when the new people do show up.
Yeah.
Yes, I have it too. I'm like, who is this new guy looking at my stuff?
Yeah, I saw somebody looking at my stuff. I was like, I don't recognize him.
Who's that?
I also try to look real shifty when I play with Steve's stuff.
That's always a good move right there.
Oh, dude, that oversized Megatron, $75. I just added it to cart.
Imgo just did the review on that one, the latest review.
As far as new people, I mean, it's just a simple question. I mean, just hey, who invited you to the group? Oh, great, I know that person. I'm glad they know you. Welcome to the group.
Yeah.
It works, but still, that little paranoid nevertheless kicks in.
It's growing so fast. I don't recognize half the people posting in our Facebook group anymore.
But the awesome thing about it is, though, it is growing so fast.
I know.
Look what Julio pulled off. I mean, and that's probably question number 2 and question number 3.
Yeah, this isn't a bad problem to have.
Yeah,
no.
That's where a lot of groups, a lot of people from the groups, they automatically ask me, how in the hell are y'all pulling these together? It's like, and the one thing, it sounds almost like the beginning of a movie. It took one man to build this, empire.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do Toy Fair picks real quick. Who wants to go first? Because I'm sure everybody's going to pick. I mean, of course, we can always talk about Devastator, so whoever wants to pick Devastator, go for it. So, who said me? Was that you, Jeff?
Yeah, I'll go first. I didn't say me, but I'm taking it. I just want to say that Ultra Magnus looks amazing.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I like it more than I like my masterpiece Ultra Magnus. I like the style of it. It's not. I know it's a crazy thing to say. Holy crap! It looks freaking sweet.
Yeah.
No, my gosh.
I will definitely say that Ultra Magnus is freaking killer, and for the IDW representation, it's amazing. And I'll say the masterpiece representation is supposed to be from the original anime, and the new toy is from IDW. It makes me regret that I recently purchased the Fans Project armor for the universe version of Ultra Magnus, and it looks almost fairly similar once transformed, and it's making me go, oh, I'm going to have two of the same.
Are you talking about the City Commander?
Yeah,
armor?
Fans Project City Commander.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I mean this Ultra Magnus, I mean whoever worked on this mold is like, you know what, I'm gonna make this mold. Yeah, maybe if someone wants to reuse it for another bot, whatever. Good luck. I don't care. I'm gonna just dedicate to making the most badass Ultra Magnus I possibly can, and they did, and it just looks freaking amazing.
We obviously have a friend, an actual fan that's working on the designs of these figures because they not even hit it out of the ballpark. They shot it out of the ballpark on that Ultra Magnus figure.
Holy crap!
Yep, looks really good. I like it.
I mean that was. I mean, I knew Devastator was coming. I was surprised at how good it looked, but that Ultra Magnus just blew me away.
You know, and that's one thing that I'm glad about, because everybody kind of expected Devastator. You know, I mean, one, we'd already seen the picture, the half-hidden bald guy picture, and then we saw the full picture that everybody started hating on. So we kind of knew it was coming. And even before those pictures came out, we kind of guessed. But I really think that Magnus was the big reveal of Toy Fair, because everybody kind of, there was talk about it, but everybody just kind of
there were those rumors when someone saw it on some sort of stock page, like a Toys R Us inventory sheet or something. And people thought, oh, maybe they meant it's really going to... Maybe that was a mistake. That was supposed to be Masterpiece, not Leader Class. But no.
Oh, it's been...
This Leader Class.
That rumor is what, 4 to 6 months old?
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, it's really strange to me from Hasbro to release two, like, the more expensive molds of the same, like, of Ultra Magnus, at the same time. Normally they would space these out, but releasing the Leader Class and the Masterpiece so quickly.
Well, I think the difference there is they're both so different. I mean, in fact, okay, one is Magnus. The other one is Minimus Ambus dressed up as Magnus. So there's a big difference between those two figures. Well,
and also the Masterpiece is a $200 collectible, whereas the new one coming out is a $50 aimed at kids toy.
Wait, that's only $50?
Yeah, that's a Leader Class.
Leader Class is right around 50.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's going to shoot for a little more on this one.
Yeah, this one's...
I bet you it's still going to go for $50, $49.99. I mean, how many times do we get a Leader Class?
Until we see some serious scale pictures, because most of those pictures are just him alone.
He looks
great alone, no doubt.
I don't know what else, and I don't even know if you could reuse this mold for anyone else, because, I mean, it goes into that car carrier mode.
Yeah,
I mean,
you were talking about size, Josh. That Minimus Ambus figure that fits in there, he's legend size. So you take a legend size and hold him up and consider that that's the size of his chest. Like a legend toy can fit inside that. So he's a pretty big bot. But
there's a picture.
I'm excited.
looking at there's a video of some people playing with him. Yeah. That's sizable.
Yeah, he's a big bot. You were talking about what else they could do with it. How about they color him red, blue, and then like the back of him, what is it? Yeah, there it is. Red, blue, and gray, and then stick a little that legend-sized Optimus Prime in there. He could be a Optimus Prime power armor.
Yeah, I just sent a link to the chat. I mean, he's looking almost as big as the masterpiece to me in this video.
Oh yeah, well the masterpiece is what? He's just a little bit bigger than leader class, so that makes sense. I think he's going to be a big bot. So.
Oh, it's looking beautiful.
Yeah, I was excited when I saw that guy. I don't read the comics. I do every now and then, but it's not something that I make an effort for. But of course, everybody likes Ultra Magnus in the comics. They think he's funny read.
I'm going to reveal my ignorance. Who is this little Legends bot? Why is that in there?
So
give me some backstory.
It's a spoiler alert. So if you're not okay,
that's a big spoiler.
Fine.
Yeah, does anybody care?
Is that a big spoiler? All right. The big spoiler. Let's not spoil it for anyone who might be listening.
Worried. Yeah, I'm worried.
All right,
guys.
We're not going to spoil it. I'm just going to remain ignorant.
It's a big one.
So Minimus Ambus. I don't know the full detail. Darn it, Patrick! Why couldn't you call in tonight?
Dude, he knows it all. This encyclopedia.
Basically, what I understand is Minimus Ambus is a character. Ultra Magnus is not a character in that universe. He is a rank, and he is like okay.
The way that you're explaining it, it's not that you're right in that it's a rank, but no one knows until it is actually shown in comic.
Has it been shown? Are you keeping up with it? Because I'm not keeping up with it. That's the thing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Sorry, wait. Did we already do the spoiler announcement?
Yeah, we did. Go for it. If you know about it,
didn't they all get picked up and thrown into holding cells or something? And at one point, he drops armor, and they're all like standing around like, "What the?
Wow.
Like, who is this guy?"
Okay.
Yeah, and that was like the reveal. And then he goes on to explain that basically, it's kind of like a prime where you're chosen. It's almost like inherited armor. So this guy who is actually around is actually it's actually an armored unit housed around another bot that passes the duties on. Yeah. So until that moment, that's the impression I got. Until that moment, nobody really knew that. Like everybody knew Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, and yeah, how you describe it is exactly what I understand.
Yeah. Damn Veritech.
Did anyone hear my little Marvel jab? I'm like, oh, so it's kind of like a title. It's not really a name anymore. Kind of like Thor.
Pretty much. I haven't actually been keeping up with that, so
Hey, don't you pick on the newest Disney princess?
Oh, okay, it's a girl. Yeah, that's right.
It's like,
yeah, that's just one of those alternative one-off comics, though, right?
No.
No? Okay.
Apparently it's a continuing series,
Yeah,
right?
no, she is definitely Thor now.
So
and that's always how Thor was explained to me in the Marvel comics. It's always who was worthy to carry the hammer.
No. Mjolnir was only allowed to be carried when someone was worthy. Thor is a name. That's his fucking name. It's not a title.
So we are no longer the only trans fans out there.
Yeah. It just got okay, this is totally off topic, but it just got completely rewritten to pander to some people, and it was an unnecessary rewrite of a character to me.
I bet I can dig up
another character without having to do that. So.
I bet I can dig up my source, because I've always believed that Marvel explained it. Thor is who carries the hammer.
Thor has to be worthy to carry it. Whenever he's unworthy, he can't carry it. Like Superman carried it for a while. Superman didn't become Thor.
Wait, what?
Superman isn't a Marvel character.
Yeah.
There was a crossover.
Crossovers don't count.
That's weird psychobabble universe.
Storm carried it, and then Loki gave a copy or something, and Storm got a copy of it.
My head hurts.
Storm didn't become Thor.
Wait,
There's been other characters that have carried it that didn't become Thor. Like, that's his name. His name is Thor.
Thor is the thunder god. The thunder god travels with the hammer.
No, he travels with the hammer, but that's his name.
Okay. So, Ultra Magnus looks really cool. He's leader class. We're hoping he's at $50, and he's got a little dude inside that Steve kind of explained. Anybody else? The only thing I'll say about it, the only other thing I'll say is the impressive thing is the cab actually does fold in, and there's no. I thought there was molded lights in there to act as if it was the actual cab lights, but the cab actually folds in there and becomes part of that. So there you go, Minimus Ambus. Whoever popped that in there, thank you.
Yeah, it shows the image of him when he's dropping the armor.
Oh, I gotta check that out. So, anywho, yeah, he's a really cool toy. I'm looking forward to him. Yeah, I think it's great that we have a G1 masterpiece, and now for those who wanted a more modern-looking Magnus, they have basically a step down from masterpiece version. So, I'm gonna buy it when it comes out. I'm very excited about it. So, all right. So that was Jeff. Who's next? Steve.
I'm gonna buy that and tuck it into bed with me.
Well, okay, I'll go. Why not?
Go for it.
Get mine out of the way. Okay, so pretty much everyone else is going to talk about Devastator, Ultra Magnus, whatnot. Mine is actually non-TF related.
Me too.
I have been searching the bowels of eBay for one. I don't know if you are familiar with the con called Wonderfest. I have been searching for a figure, an exclusive figure from that convention, and finally, Nintendo is actually releasing an official figure now. It's from the series Metroid.
Oh, wow.
They're actually doing a Metroid figure, not Samus, but an actual Metroid, and it comes in a large box from the series Jax's line, World of Nintendo. So it's an actually decent size.
It's gonna be like translucent.
Yeah, it's translucent. It looks like a little brain inside of a translucent bubble.
Awesome.
I am super stoked after I saw that from the Toy Fair. I have been bouncing around because I was about to drop $250 for this WonderCon figure that's half the size of the official release of the Metroid.
I'm looking at it now. It is beautiful.
Yes. That's my big Toy Fair exposure. I'm like, finally they have listened to the fans on what they want. Not to mention we're getting an American release of a Samus figure, so I am super stoked on that.
Oh, we're getting a Samus too?
It's a 6-inch Samus in her semi-original armor. So it'll I guess you could say it's going to go, neck and neck together with the Metroid figure and her. It should match up well.
Samus is a freaking awesome character.
Yes, she is.
I remember the first time when I realized she was a girl.
Well, here's the thing. It's like I just played this badass freaking game as this awesome character. Oh, it's a girl. Oh, doesn't even matter. It was an awesome character. That's like it was like one of the first times as a kid where I was like, huh. I guess girls can be badass too.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Pacific is putting it out.
Correct.
Wow.
They've actually surprised me. I mean, even with their, I don't dwell or deal with the whole wrestling stuff, but their figures, even on their wrestling line, they're pretty damn good likenesses of the wrestling actor guys. So I'm actually pretty impressed with what they've done with the Nintendo line so far. I have no complaints from them lately.
Yeah, their Samus looks good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this Samus looks great. That armor is awesome.
It's kind of almost the original, maybe Metroid 2 type kind of armor, but yeah. It's almost borderline Metroid 1 armor.
I just love those shoulder pads.
Child of the 80s.
Oh yeah, but you have those 80s shoulder pads. Bigger than her head.
So there you go. That's my pick for Toy Fair.
Cool. Let's see. So Josh or Steve, one of y'all want to go?
I'll go. I love Devastator, no doubt. I'm a combiner junkie, so and everybody's talking about it, so I kind of want to move on to my next in line. Ultra Magnus is also very cool, but I'm kind of happy to see the Jetfire mold get retooled into one of the Seekers, and so Thundercracker really kind of impressed me. So, I mean, and Thundercracker just leads to the hints that Starscream, as well as the art we've seen today, that hit the net, that looks exactly like the leader class mold with the jet backpack turned down, makes me want that figure even more. So I'm looking forward to them completing the first Seeker trilogy with that mold, and getting big Seekers again.
Listening to a podcast earlier today, I agreed with what they were saying. It'll be Starscream coming out, and then it'll be like 2 years before they ever come out with the Skywarp.
No,
Dude was gonna be so mad. That's his favorite, Skywarp.
I think that's everyone's favorite is Skywarp.
That's why they always wait so long to put them out. And you buy the others, and by the time it comes out, you're all worked up for it.
Let me just bring up another grievance I've got about making you wait for something and always being last. When are any of these third-party Dinobot makers going to show me their version of Grimlock?
Grimlock is the creme de la creme.
Why are they torturing me?
The creme de la creme, it's the last figure. They want you to buy the other 4 before Grimlock comes out.
I'm wondering if it's also because they realize that that's when Hasbro might go after them.
You can't, because it's not Hasbro's original release. They lease that mold. So
yeah,
exactly. They can't do jack.
Well, here's my
one.
The
X and the Lost Exo Realm. Like, that's definitely not a Diaclone. That's from the Fall of Cybertron series.
Yeah. Here's my theory on why they're not showing you Grimlock yet. They want you to buy, they want you to go in on their series of Dinobots, and maybe they're afraid if they show you their Grimlock, then that will be the determining factor on which one you go in on. Perhaps. I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna get them all. Give them to me, all of them.
Gotta catch them all.
I was gonna skip the Gigapower, but oh my god, the Gutter's looking so freaking sweet.
Yeah, he's big, man. Gee whiz.
Nope.
All my
freaking
money.
Sticking with Fans Toys on that one. I'm not jumping to another line. Absolutely.
I can't talk at all on this because I was originally, no Dinobots because there's so many of them. But then I was like, okay, Fans Toys with the Masterpiece line, yes, I will jump into that because Soar is such an amazing figure. And then I saw Thunderous and this will come up later in the recent acquire line, Thunderous from the GC Creations Shura King Dinobot Combiner. Just looks awesome. And
You've got mine.
It's a great toy.
Yeah.
I have yours in my trunk.
And you've got my Planet X, whatever, Good Samaritan, whatever his name is.
Good Samaritan. All right, Steve, did you have a pick from Toy Fair?
Toy Fair, yeah, and like Robert, it's not TF related.
Table flipping.
Yeah, if I stuck to TF, it would it falls in line with everybody. I really like the Devi stuff, but so I'd never done a Black Friday buy. Like the whole go to a place at 3 o'clock in the morning and wait till they open, right? Mm-hmm. Until 1998 when the first Furby released, because I had to lay hands on the robot. I needed to find out what was. So
I know exactly where you're going.
The Furby Chewbacca.
Yes.
I'm all about that.
That's great. I saw that and I turned to my wife immediately. It's like, you want a Furby Chewbacca, don't you? Don't you?
I saw Collection DX when they did the pass through on that. I was just like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool.
Oh my god.
Hey guys, I'm going to send y'all something. I don't know if you've seen this yet or not. Images of tracks, Masterpiece tracks.
Yes.
Oh hell yes! I can't wait to see this.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I just saw it on.
Oh, it's even better. I was thinking they were going to reuse the mold from.
Shout out to Hunter on that one.
Oh, nice. That's sweet.
I was thinking they were going to reuse the. What was his name? Windblade. Is it Windblade? Not Windblade. Wow. I can't think. Who's the Lancia?
The Lancia?
I'm not.
Wheeljack.
You thought they were going
Wheeljack.
to...
You thought they were going to retool Wheeljack? No.
I thought they were going
they couldn't do
to
that.
retool Wheeljack.
Hasbro Takara has an official license with Chevy. Why would they use?
Yeah, you can't turn a Lancia into a Corvette. Not that Corvette. Not the '80s Corvette.
Oh,
Well, I didn't know they were actually going to do this one. Wow.
I am going to ruin the PG-13 rating here, and oh, hot damn! I cannot wait to have that toy.
Oh.
Weird. I like his missiles on his head. That thing looks amazing.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm looking at the figure, and it's looking like you may be able to swing the wings out underneath. It looks like I'm seeing a little thin panel at the bottom on the sides.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the wings. I hope so.
Well, you talking underneath the door on the car mode?
Yeah, under the door.
Yeah, because I want to see the flying car from the anime.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you can do that. Let's see.
I used to whip his wings out, and then you know how his feet would slide out from the front of the car. You slide it, you pop his feet out from the front, and then you fold them down to become the feet. I used to pop his feet out as if it was like a ramming bumper or something like that.
Nice.
Or some kind of cool, sharp-looking bumper. It looks like you can do that here too, but I don't know.
So just looking at where everything connects, so the legs obviously make up the bulk of the hood. Those nice long,
You think
lithe legs.
those yeah, it looks like he folds away nicely. That car mode's going to fold away and just disappear completely.
Wow.
It's going to have a
So-
backpack, but still.
Yeah,
What do you think? Hollow forearms?
I don't know.
I asked that
None of the
seriously.
other masterpiece have hollow forearms, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect it here.
Bumblebee's a little bit hollow. I'll say it.
Oh, you got me there, but I mean, he's not that.
Okay,
they had
so-
to make sacrifices for his size. They
So
don't
here's
have
the
to
thing.
make those sacrifices here.
The shoulders on this bot are definitely the rear wheels because they've got those like shiny pins.
Mhm.
So I think those wings up on their shoulders are at the right place to swing out underneath that car.
All right. Well, jumping back to what we were talking about. Let's see, Josh, did you have a pick from Toy Fair?
Oh yeah, I talked about Thundercracker and the upcoming Seekers.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so
I don't like Decepticons except for
The Seekers are great.
So-
Well, I'm sorry, the form of jets as a kid was amazing. So yeah, the Seekers are the Decepticons that I liked.
Okay, so it's my turn. Yay, because none of y'all talked about this one yet. He's just a repaint, but repainting Powerglide into a guy with a Decepticon, a G.I. Joe emblem on his chest and wings. That looks really cool.
Oh, the Rattler?
No, not the. What's it called? Let's see.
Rattler? No?
The Wasp.
Is it maybe a Rattler? I forget the name. I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, it's the A10. It's the Rattler. So there's a guy that did a really good.
Yeah, you're right, Rattler.
I picked up. Who was it? Was it the Armada version? I forget. There's like a large version of that mold that was used, I think, 3 times. And I picked one up.
Generations mold.
Was it Generations?
Yes.
And I saw somebody do a repaint of it into a Rattler, and it looked so fantastic. So I bought. It's in my queue somewhere. Yeah. So if you liked what you saw with that, the little one repainted,
Mhm.
you should look at that guy's custom. It's crazy.
Cool. Yeah, I think it's neat. I was wondering what in the world they're going to do to repaint him, because Powerglide's Powerglide. There's no other A10s in the Transformer universe. But I think it's cool. There's it's
A10 Warthog.
yeah, exactly. I love that plane. I freaking love that plane. But well, cool.
An airplane designed to fly a gun around.
Yeah.
I've called for fire with those guys before.
Oh,
So-
really?
Yeah, they fly really low and slow. Like you would think they would just drop out of the sky. And when the gun goes off, yeah, I mean you're right. It's the wash tub, like you just sort of see from their from their neck up, and they fire. It's just that big fart in the sky. It's awesome. So, we've called for fire with them. As a scout, when you're that forward, you're using artillery or you're using close air support, helicopters or A-10s.
That was my favorite part in the first Transformers was when they called in the airstrike from the A-10s for the Warhogs against Scorponok. I was really disappointed when they didn't come out with an A-10 Transformer for that movie. But I don't know. But anywho, so that's all I got to say about that. And if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and move on real quick to what it is you guys want to talk about as far as what you got recently.
I got something immediately that I need to bring Steve in right now for is so I recently discovered this magical website called Flight Pose. And words honestly cannot describe on how cool these stands are. That's what Flight Pose actually just deals in. They just deal in these stands that were originally just for model airplanes. Collectors got a hold of them, started using them for Macross figures and eventually Transformers figures. There is no words to describe how awesome these stands are, and I'm pretty sure their sales spiked after I started posting pictures. And I know Steve said, "I told you so, I told you so." It's worth every single cent, and if you want to be the hippie and buy local, they are based out of Houston, actually.
Oh wow, cool.
Yes, they are. Unfortunately, they only have available right now the 4-inch height stands right now, but they do the work for medium sized to some larger figures. They are getting. I did talk to the people over there at the company, and they said they're supposed to get a restock of the 6-inch base sizes as well as the 2.5-inch by the end of the month. Check them out, guys. I'm dumbfounded on how well these stands work for anything you've got, pretty much. Especially if you buy all 3 sizes, you can mix and match it, the stems, as I call them, to where you can pretty much put any kind of figure on them to do kind of like a falling pose, a flying pose, you name it. Just these stands are just unbelievably awesome.
I like the idea of how you would pose a guy as if he's just falling from a high distance.
What you could do is you could just have 2 figures pose like they're flying at each other about to punch, and you could just watch it for half an hour and pretend like you just watched an episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Or you put it on a spin table and just spin it around like you're watching Matrix.
There you go.
So, I just had a random thought. There's a fan-made combiner. Is that right?
They're working on it. Yeah, they're taking votes for it right now.
Oh, the first round of voting is open?
Yeah, it's been open for a while.
Is it going to be a Fimbot combiner?
That hasn't been put up yet. The most recent thing is the history of the combiner will be quote unquote Sea of Rust. So I don't quite know what that means, but it was like Iacon. Let's see, Iacon. What's the Kaon, Iacon, or Sea of Rust, and then another one I forgot what. But that's like the history of the location of the history of. But I don't think the gender has come up yet.
One of the Hasbro guys got up on stage. Is like, could we see an all female combiner? Maybe.
Because dude, Windblade is one of my favorite freaking bots lately.
Really.
So amazing. That sword alone.
The sword's really cool.
Crap. The alt mode looks great.
What do you think about Takara giving it a blue sword?
I actually have zero emotions on that color.
One. Okay. I mean, I like the purple. I like the purple that she has right now. The blue one's cool looking too, but not enough to make me want to buy that figure all over again.
Well, that figure is so popular. She's already being third-partied.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you talking about the little Legends?
Yeah, the little one that's going to be in scale with Generations Metroplex that Iron Factory's putting out.
Yeah. Is she out yet?
No, just got announced. Okay. So I think they're aiming for a couple of months away.
I had no desire to buy any of those Iron Factories until I saw Magnus. That Ultra Magnus looks pretty neat.
Oh, that Ultra Magnus looks great. I had to get the turrets and manacle because they just go so well with him.
Yeah.
With Generation Metroplex.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see, Robert. You got anything that you got recently you want to talk about?
Let's see here. Not really. No, actually, I've been on the poor streak and the trying to save money streak for all my pre-orders from Eddie that I have up and coming.
Yeah.
Actually, the only thing I did buy was about the Masterpiece KO Ultra Magnus,
Wait,
which
what?
we have not discussed at all. The MP10 Ultra Magnus KO.
Oh, the
Oh,
one
yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
was really
I
confused.
want one of those. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It is beautiful. It's
It's
absolutely
it's like-
beautiful.
Yeah, he's really cool.
I ended up
Yeah.
buying two because I have one for it being Ultra Magnus, and then I have plans for the other one.
Yep. Here's mine. I like him.
Oh, it is beautiful.
The only problem is his gun. It's the regular MP10 gun. But you can fix that one way or the other. But I got his Matrix in the real guy because frankly he needs a Matrix. So,
Yes.
but anyway, I'm done showing off.
So, actually, a little piece of news. Over a year ago, when I first ordered my first third-party robot, Make Toys Hypernova, which is amazing. I discovered on their website another bot coming out soon. They teased this Nemesis mold, which is part of their battle tanker line, and finally got shipping notice just this last week that it's on its way from Hong Kong. Josh and I have been looking forward to this for over a year. Ordered them in December, I think. There was finally a day when I think I texted Josh, "Today is the day," with no context. And within a minute, he figured out what I was talking about because he and I had been looking forward to this for so long, and we both ordered ours.
We've been
right then and
stalking
there.
the Make Toys site, like literally stalking it.
Yes, we were
Almost
checking it
every
daily
day.
for months, and then sort of gave up. And then one day I looked, and it was available, and it was only available through their store. They're not going to be sending it to vendors apparently.
Well, so I'm as far as that, I bet vendors will get a small amount. Like, so Make Toys did this once before with the Shattered Glass Strafe, the one piece of the Quantron set, the not Computron combiner, and I see that guy on sites now. Especially, I mean, I know Eddie has some from Toy Dojo.
Oh, and also the Hypernova that I got was supposed to only come with those little extra orange bits if you bought it from the Make Toy store, but I got mine from TF Source and it came with those pieces. So I think they do it exclusive and then they send the stock out to various vendors. But I'm so excited about this. Think like Batman plus Darth Vader plus Nemesis.
Yeah, he's got the chains and all the carpet, right? All the fabric.
Carpets.
Cape.
Yeah, cape.
Carpet.
He's got a
Yeah,
cape. He's got the chains. He's got the matrix that is
It's
clasping.
got that shag carpeting in the back.
Yeah,
Got the shag
and
carpeting
he's
back
hollow
there.
too. Let's not forget how hollow he is.
No.
I'm kidding.
So he's got a
Maybe
matrix
inside.
clasping that case that cape together in front. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. I'm so glad it's finally shipping. I've got that on the way. I've got Planet X's Neptune on the way. Josh has two of my bots, my Shuriken Thunderous and my Planet X Samus, I'm going to call him now.
Mhm.
He's always going to get a new name because that stupid name, I can't remember it. I'm going to have to get that Gigapower. It's a Dinobot. I have to buy it.
Yeah.
I can't control myself.
All right, Steve, do you got anything interesting that you're excited about?
That I've got recently.
Yeah.
I got that FP Assaulter in, he's just chunky, but I got him for the repro labels that I need to pick up from Josh eventually. Let's see, what did Eddie brought some stuff by recently? Primal. I got some more Voltron pieces. And then I just bought that third-party Voltron that he sourced when he was up in Canada. That he posted in the group.
Oh,
But he
the
has
have
super
that
deformed
in hand?
one.
no. Well, I got the SD one as well. I have that one in hand. But I just paid for that third-party one, so we're going to try to
I
meet
have
up
to
soon.
see that. I
Yeah.
have to see.
I've been watching that one for a while now, so I was surprised when he had posted pictures from up there. I was like, oh, so they are going to try to bring it in through other ways, and he secured them, and he got the prices. I told him, I was like, they wanted 300, and I'm like, no, that's crazy. Like the original retail was like 125, I think, or 150 maybe. I said maybe 250, so he was able to do that.
Is that the one that comes with the stand?
No, that's the 30th anniversary one. With the stand.
Okay.
No, this is like the 95% die-cast metal Go Lion,
All right.
third-party Go Lion.
The thing I like about that one is the combined robot. If I'm thinking the right one, the combined robot is thin and looks very svelte.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I saw that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's really cool looking.
Yeah, I've got some stuff on order that I'm really looking forward to. That latest version of what's her face, Nightbird. Who was it that did that one?
I can't. Unique Toys did the one I have, and that's
I have that one too. Right, but then there's a newer one that had come out. I've got her on order, and then I've also got that Junkie on Matrix of Leadership on order.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fun toy.
Yeah. Well, it's that new one. I guess it was about a year ago. I'd seen it. It's so funny because freaking what's his nuts? Optobotomus. Paul did a review on this piece that he was like, yeah, I saw this on Jamungmung, and I was like, yeah, I saw it like a year and a half ago, but nobody was getting it, and I figured it was crap. But yeah, you can find it out there. It's different than than a version some other company had put out a couple of years ago or a number of years ago.
Yeah, I own the Junkion version.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it lights up and everything when you pull it apart.
Oh, okay. Because maybe the base is different or something. You should take a look at it.
Gonna have to look. Who is it? Okay, so Junkion's doing this one as well, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me look at my alley. So I'm getting it from AliExpress. Yeah, Junkion Blacksmith, the J08.
Matrix, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I've got one of those on there, finally.
I need another one just so I can wear one at BotCon, the next BotCon I go to.
There's $60 on Alley plus 20 shipping.
Oh, 20 shipping?
Yeah.
I think I paid 80 with free ship. Yeah, 80 or 85.
Yeah.
Free shipping on with mine, yeah. About the same price.
I think that's it for me. I'm trying to think. I mean, you wouldn't think so. I got like all of the combiners stuff. None of it's open. I have so much stuff that's still not open.
Yeah.
And I'm working on that Gundam kit still. I've completed the bot. I've completed the bot build, and I'm doing all of the inking now. So that was those are cool kits, man.
Now with those Gundam kits, you have the inner robot, and then you have all the armor that will fit on it. Correct?
Well, right. You have this frame. Right, and there's a lot of complexity in the frame, and there's a lot of beauty in it when it comes down to it, the way that it's all engineered. Yeah, and then everything. I mean, it's all press fit. You can eventually glue stuff if you want, but the tolerances are perfect.
Okay, so you don't have to glue it. You can still take all the armor off and just leave the bot. Okay.
Yeah.
What scale is that?
It's the 1/100. I got the, what do they call it, Master Class, whatever, 87 something. I know nothing about Gundam.
Well, I can figure it out from the price. What did you pay for it?
$70.
Okay, yeah. So that's the HG versions of their figures. Yeah, those are the ones that they do have a skeleton frame underneath.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. And I haven't put a kit together like that in years, as far as like any kind of press fit stuff. And so using all the tools that I have for like my miniatures, work that I've done, all my files and all my clippers and all that stuff, like you can really apply that to building those kits. I probably should give the show or I guess there's like 90 different versions of the show or whatever, a chance. But really, this is like the only one I ever plan on ever building, and it's been a good experience. And it's really just to sort of complete a display that I'm working on.
Well, cool.
Yeah. Oh! Wait. On that note, that just reminded me, the thing of most interest, or briefly of most interest to people that I got was that Leopoldin, the Spider-Man um, uh, robot that I got in. I don't know if you guys had seen that.
Is that the one that's featured in the comic?
It is now.
Okay.
So back in like '79, they had licensed Spider-Man into Japan, and Japan built a show for him for it, and it's like nothing like you would normally see. It's very much like a kaiju sort of show, like a Power Rangers sort of thing. So it's Spider-Man running around in this really cool car, and then he like mounts into this giant robot and fights bad guys. And so the bot is actually made from that era of the show. But it was predominantly featured in that book Ready Player One, which is where he got on my radar, and I've been thinking I wanted to collect all these pieces, and I'm just now finally getting around to getting more of them. But apparently, when I posted that, somebody had brought that up, like, "Oh yeah, he's in the comics now." And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty crazy," because it was such an obscure thing, and apparently now it's being reintroduced to the U.S. market.
So I'll buy that off you for like $10, since he's going to be. I bet you probably resell that thing for some money here in a little bit.
I got him for 120 because he's those are the SOC pieces, right? They're all metal. You've handled some of those SOCs before you were over. Like it's all about the metal.
Yeah.
And it's like they're really nice pieces. But I think he came out in 08 or 09, this particular one that I have. So yeah. Okay. When I run out of stuff to buy, I just start buying anything and everything. It's ridiculous.
And then you never open it.
Yeah.
Fail.
All right. Let's see. And Josh, you got anything?
Yeah, actually. So since the January meetup, when Trenton kind of was going off about the Cubex mini bots, I'd been considering them for a while, and I dove all the way in. I got all three of the, well, now they're Bad Cube, not Cubex anymore. So the Bad Cube Brawny and the Bad Cube Outback, or Backland, which is Brawn and Outback, and then I hunted down a Cubex Huffer, which yeah, I really like a lot. I like them all a lot. They incredibly posable. They stand up on their own without much trouble. They're almost like make toys posable. You just set them down and they just work. And almost every pose you set them out in. So I'm pretty impressed with them. Besides them, I did get the first bot, and this breaks like almost every rule I set for myself, which was 1, no Dinobots. 2, I don't buy combiners until they're all the way released. I got the CG Creations Thunderous, which is the first part of the Shura King Dinobot combiner. The review I watched of him from Pio was just absolutely phenomenal. He's a great toy. He stands up. I mean, he's definitely got some third party things going on. He has some joints that need tightened up, but Screwdriver did that. But otherwise, fantastic. Like, he's highly detailed. The head sculpt looks awesome. He transforms well. He's a good representation of the character. And I am so looking forward, like the foot, the combiner foot that he comes with. You guys know I'm a big guy. That foot is like as big as my hand palm, like base of palm to end of middle finger tip. It is that big.
Jeez.
I'll stay away from that. Thanks.
It's going to be an amazing figure when it's all done. So
Steve's got to get it. He likes the big ones.
Oh yeah, I can see Steve and Joel will also be totally in.
Mm-hmm.
But I just picked up from Eddie today, Fella Saber, which is the final part of MMC Predaking, the Mastermind Creations Predaking. which I'm pretty excited about. It'll bring some symmetry to him. Talon will be just used as a complete backpack. And plus, he's a really nice homage to that whatever he was supposed to be from the comics that was related to Predaking.
Cool. So he is an extra figure, right?
Yeah, I mean he's not required by any means. Like Predaking is complete with the 4 other robots and the 4 other limb bots, I should say, and he looks like a great figure with just that. But you kind of have to parts form the wings off of Talon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking forward to. And like I said, Felsaber will bring the symmetry. He matches the color scheme-ish of Fortis. So there'll be kind of like a yellow arm, yellow leg, orange arm, orange leg kind of symmetry to the whole combiner once they're together.
Cool. Okay.
But yeah, that's besides a whole bunch of stickers. That's it. Like I got a massive haul from Repro Labels.
Yeah, what all stickers did you get?
So the ones that are interesting, I've got sticker sets for all of the Bad Cube, CubeX, Microbots. They came out with a Takara, not a Takara, but a Veritech, a Macross Veritech sticker set for Leader Class Jetfire.
Mm-hmm.
So I got one of those, and they came out with one for MP Ultra Magnus. I'm looking forward to getting that done. And like some of the Combiner Wars stuff, I did get the stickers on Combiner Wars Optimus Prime, and wow, he is sharp. He is super sharp now. As well as they got like sticker sets for RC and Chromia.
Mm-hmm.
And I got those, so I'll get those, and as always, I'll post pictures when I finish stickering stuff. Stickering stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Cool. Well, as for me, I haven't gotten much lately. I'm just trying to hold off on money. But during the meetup, I did get Mirage from Dave. Just wanted to check the mold out. Never had this one, so I got Mirage. And if I can reach him. I don't have a surfboard, but I got this deluxe. What is it? Primal. Optimus Primal. He's okay. Again, just wanted to check out the mold mostly, but he's really interesting to transform. I'm not even sure if he's correct right now. Like I don't know if you can see or not, but it looks like his crotch is like split apart when it's supposed to be together. So I don't know. I gotta figure that out. But I was able to transform back and forth from ape to robot mode, but really stiff. You can just that's his arm right there. And you can hear that pop. That's his leg. So it's really tight, and so it scares me to transform this guy back and forth. But he's still kind of fun to play with, and I don't have the surfboard that he came with. Dave still has that, so I'll probably steal it from him at some point. But the one interesting thing of these two, and I got the deluxe sized Megatron from Transformers Prime, which is really cool. I like that guy. I don't like this Mirage. I don't know. He's just too skinny. He doesn't look. I mean, everybody seems to like this guy, but for some reason I don't. I think one reason why I don't is because I hate it when parts of the alt mode turn into a weapon. But I mean, he's cool. He's a neat little bot. But when I look at him, I want him to be Mirage, and he's not Mirage as far as I'm concerned. A cool update to the figure, I suppose. If I look at him that way, I can appreciate it. He is a neat toy. I do like the way he transforms. I like both modes. I do kind of wish, and this is just me being a little too picky, but like this is his cockpit. Well, he's a racer. How many racers have like the cockpit like that? That is a F1 type car. That being said, he is a good figure. He's alt mode's nice and clean. I like all the wiki spark plugs and all that. All the advertisements is clever. I look at him and I want to look at him and consider him to be Mirage, and I just have a really hard time with it. But I mean, my complaints are nitpicky, and maybe it's just because I never had this guy until just now. And you know how after a while, all the Chug characters you tend to move on from and say, well, they're not as good. But I'm sure when he came out, everybody loved him. And had I bought him when he came out, I probably would have loved him too. But looking at him right now, in the frame of mind that I am as far as being a collector, I'm like, okay, he's cool, but he's not Mirage.
That kind of brings up a thought-provoking question: is like, how many robots are there that have a part of their alt mode becomes their weapon? It actually is a good thing. Like, I remember, like, the original Universe Classics, Grimlock had his tail as a sword, and that was kind of weird, too.
Yeah.
G2 Prime had the smokestack guns, which were all right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the like, the Universe Classics Prime, that's, like, one of my favorite Prime molds. Good standout there.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a good mold. I like that one, but you're absolutely right. The smokestacks become his guns, so... But you know what? I'm more of a masterpiece collector than I am a Chug and deluxe size collector. In fact, I mean, I'm collecting the deluxe size Combiner War figures, but I'm doing that because I want to create Superion and the like. So, but anyway, that's all I got to say about my figures. I will say also, I have myself a what's his name, Captain America, to go with Iron Man and Black Widow. I got Black Widow just because I was like, oh look, it's a little tiny Scarlett Johansson, and then I felt like a weirdo, and so I went and found a $10 6-inch Iron Man, and then I thought, well, okay, now I need somebody else, so I got the whole 3-pack from Target, and I'm gonna sell her to Joe, not to Joe, sorry, to Dave. He's gonna paint her up and make her like a dark Miss Marvel, so whatever. I tried to get rid of Radioactive Man too, but he didn't want him, and neither do I. He's wearing a skirt. Anyway, so I've been messing with this guy, and it's weird too because, like, first off, okay, so his shield clips onto his wrist, but not the way you would think. Like, if I'm going to have something clipped onto my wrist, it's going to be clipped on here, but his shield is clipped on here, and it's weird. So it's like there's his fist, but his shield is clipped onto the upper side of his fist. I don't get it. And maybe I just need to play with it and figure out some more. But being stuck in the box for so long, you can see how this arm is warped and how it's bent at the elbow. So it's like he's got a broken elbow. So that's not that big of a deal. I'll just get a what do you call it? I'll get a hairdryer to it. And if you've ever heated up plastic like this, it will just bend back into its original shape. It'll be fine. So I don't care. Ultimately, I'm paying what, like $10 for this guy because I got him on clearance. So,
nice.
Oh, I just realized I can clip his shield into his back. Yeah. Cool, that works. So now he's a Ninja Turtle.
So I forgot that at the meetup I bought a couple of items from James. One of my favorite lines ever, the Alternator series, I got the Dead End and Rumble.
Oh, cool.
How much did you score those for?
$15 for both together.
Son of a... Oh.
He also had a Ravage that he sold to someone for like $5 that, like, oh, I wanted that. Oh.
Yeah, and I know Julio was so freaking excited and just bragging about his Galvatron,
yes,
too.
Because I told him how much that figure was worth.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right. Steve, I'm looking at this Leopolden.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing's weird looking, man.
Oh, I don't. I've been neglecting to tell y'all about just because it keeps slipping my mind. But are anybody fans of the whole little children's toys, the Hero Mashers?
Yeah, I got a couple.
I think Steve
Okay, they
likes
are
those.
at Five Below for $5.
Yeah, I haven't seen any Transformer ones though.
No, not yet. But I did get to pick up my Iceman, so I could justify the $5. So I can't complain.
Yeah, that Iceman looks really cool with that clear plastic. I like that. I almost bought him for $5, but
I'm a crack addict when it comes to clear figures. I can't resist.
I got a clear figure for $5 if you want him.
Really? Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. If you want that guy for $5, he's yours.
Which one is that one?
It's Radioactive Man.
You know what? To save face, I'll buy him for $5 off you.
Oh.
I tried selling him to Dave for $5, and he was like, "No, I'm up to my ears in radioactivity." Okay, whatever, dude.
All right, I'll take him off since he's neon green.
He is neon green. I was trying, and he's got a skirt on, so yeah, he's a trans fan as well.
All right, I'll take it.
All right, guys. Unless y'all have anything else you want to throw out there, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. So, once again, silence is deafening.
Did I see a repaint?
To say after.
Did I see a repaint of Megatron at Toy Fair into Scorponok? Or did I imagine that? I could have sworn somebody was doing a video walkthrough, and it might have been on Collection DX. I need to go back to that. I'm not seeing anybody asking about it anywhere, but I thought I saw a packaged repaint of the Combiner Wars Megatron into Scorponok.
Oh, so that's not Scorponok. They came out with an alternate coloration of him to be Armada Megatron.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
With those big ears coming out of his head, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just weird, because the thing about that is you're going to need his gun coming off his side. I don't understand why they didn't do it as G2 Megatron, but whatever.
Oh well, say love again.
Yeah, I mean it's a straight up repaint, to be honest, though. But
yep. On one note, James, you saw me when I picked it up. The Year of the Goat Soundwave.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
It is awesome. It is by all means. Sorry. It is by all means. It's awesome. There is a crap load of hatred for the figure, and I guess we live here in Texas, and with UT, I mean, it's fine for us and whatnot. But it is cool. The cassettes are the best part. If you remember the '80s and the little micro cassettes and recording your thesis or whatnot on the cassettes. It brings a little bit of nostalgia.
Dude,
my brother and I spent lots of time recording fart noises.
There you go. Unfortunately,
and that was for class.
Yeah, exactly. For the $140 or $149 that we got them from Toy Dojo, we got a steal.
Yeah.
Apparently, TRU is selling them for $179 or $189.
Yeah.
So if you want one, pick it up from Eddie because, people are regretting and kicking themselves now that they didn't buy it from other stores.
Toy Dojo rocks.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I will say a bunch of the online retailers were selling them at way less than what TRU was. So I was amazed. And
I don't know what's going on with that. I'm actually quite dumbfounded on why TRU thinks they can jack up the price.
I figure they think they can get away with it.
I'm actually done with TRU. Like I'm sick of like something coming out and then going to the store over and over again for 3 months in a row and never getting it. I'm just ordering online. I'm done. I'm done with their inability to get consistent stock. They don't know when they're going to get new stock. They don't get enough stock. It's not worth my time.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, guys, I appreciate y'all joining me tonight and coming on the Skype. My camera blinked out. There you go. I'm back. Not that it matters. Hey, I had fun tonight, as always. Look forward to the next time. And, yeah, thanks for talking, guys.
Yeah.